This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. Today, we are going to learn how to start a business on e-commerce and Amazon. The e-commerce part will be covered by Kavya, and the Amazon part will be covered later today by Alpesh. This topic is for H1b and H4. And H1b and H4 can do business or not is beyond the scope of today's webinar, because we had that webinar last week and it was over 75 minutes webinar. It is available on YouTube. So after this webinar, I will post the link that how you can start a business on H1b and H4. But today exclusively, we are going to learn how to start an e-commerce business. Just stay till end of the webinar. We have some surprise for you. So looking forward. And now without wasting any time, I hand it over mic and camera to Kavya. Kavya, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Oh, can you still view my screen?
We can see your screen, yes.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Kavya and I live in Boston. I have been an active member in the group for the past 1 year or something. And then e-commerce is something that I was always interested in. Prior to starting my e-commerce or online store, I was doing a lot of pop-up shows and then offline events. I wanted to expand my business irrespective of limiting to local markets or geographical locations. So e-commerce gives us that flexibility where you can venture out and then expand your business and then reach that large scale of audience. So I will be talking about giving a basic introduction of what e-commerce is, and then if you want to start an online store, what are the basic steps that you would require to start an online store. So this is the e-commerce growth by every country, and each year it's just increasing. So I've been reading recent trends. By 2040, 90% of the purchases are going to be made online. So when we say 90%, even huge purchases like people might even start buying cars online, and then who knows, they might even buy houses online. So this is the right time to venture into e-commerce because it's just getting bigger and bigger, and any product or any service has a huge growth potential on e-commerce. And if we look at the emerging trends in e-commerce, first, it's increasing in loyalty. So for example, if a customer buys from you, you are located in Chicago, and then you have a customer who's in California, and then they purchased a product from you. So they want to again purchase the same product from you, or maybe a different product. So it gives you an opportunity where you can increase loyalty, and then growth in e-commerce and voice assistance. Voice commerce is going to be the future next to e-commerce, and then mobile e-commerce. So 90% of the shoppers are making their purchases through mobiles. So if you look at the retail e-commerce sales worldwide trends from 2016 to 2021, it's just increasing. So if we even after post-pandemic, the purchase behavior, consumer purchase behavior is going to completely change. Even if we look at the purchases in Amazon, edible groceries or maybe sanitary goods are seeing a peak in sales. So when we look at trends, it's always good to look at trends when we venture into e-commerce to see what products are doing well in the market right now and maybe in the next couple of years. So these are the different types of e-commerce businesses. One is by participators, and then by goods, and then by different business models. So by participators, it's very basic. We all probably must have already known who's in the business, like business to consumer, consumer to consumer, or business to business, and then government to business. So I'm not going deep into participators, but then we will be looking more at by goods and business model. So when we say by goods, it can be physical goods, digital goods like modules, courses, or any kind of online checklist or such. And by business model, we have various business models in e-commerce. One is drop shipping, which is kind of trend right now. It's been there for the past few years, but then drop shipping is getting bigger and bigger. And warehousing is a very traditional business model, and private labeling and manufacturing, white labeling. So in today's seminar, I will be talking about drop shipping and warehousing, because I personally have a hybrid business model, which is both warehousing and drop shipping. So if we look at types of e-commerce by goods, these are the different types of goods that you can sell. If it is physical goods, it can be apparel, it can be shoes, any kind of beauty products, gifts, electronics, food and drinks, bags and accessories, or any kind of hobby goods. And services, if you're a service provider, like maybe you provide social media management services, or nutrition coaching services. And then if you're a travel agency, or maybe you run a salon or a spa, so you can promote your services through e-commerce website again. And then when it comes to digital goods, ebooks, and then online courses are trending right now, webinars, photography, or any kind of softwares. Like you build an app and then you want to promote your app, you want to market your app. So e-commerce is the right platform even for digital goods. Then when we look at types of e-commerce by business models, there are various business models: drop shipping, private label and manufacturing, white labeling, warehousing. So drop shipping, and like I discussed, I'll be talking more about drop shipping and warehousing, which is a hybrid business model which has both drop shipping and warehousing. And this is a very basic overview of different e-commerce platforms like online marketplaces, online storefronts, and social media. So when we say online marketplaces, Amazon is a very big example of marketplaces. So basically it's a marketplace where you can find various sellers and then various businesses for one particular product. So it's not confined to one particular business. So it's a pool, it's a marketplace for several businesses to go and sell their products. And online storefronts is when you directly reach out to the customer, like having your own website. So when we look at online marketplaces, the examples are Amazon and then Etsy. So we all know Amazon and Etsy. And Fiverr is an online marketplace to find freelancers. So Fiverr, Upwork, all these websites, you can hire freelancers. So for example, if I want to build a Shopify website, or maybe if I'm looking for someone who can create a prototype of my product, Fiverr is the best place to go and search for an expert in that particular field. And Alibaba, of course, it's a giant Chinese e-commerce marketplace where you can directly reach out to manufacturers for your product needs. And online storefronts, like I said, you have your own website, so we can look at online storefronts. And some examples of online storefronts can be Shopify, WooCommerce, Drupal, etc. I personally like Shopify. I have been using Shopify for my own website, and then I have helped a couple of other friends use Shopify to launch their websites. Shopify is pretty basic, easy, and then simple. You don't really need to have a lot of coding experience to develop your websites on Shopify, because there are so many pre-built themes. So it kind of makes your job a little bit easy on Shopify. And Shopify is little less expensive compared to WooCommerce. So a basic plan in Shopify is $29 per month. And right now, because of Corona pandemic going on, Shopify is even offering a 90-day free trial period. It's usually they offer trial period only for 14 days, free trial period. And even after that, it's just $29 every month. And then next, social media. So you can also use social media, like I discussed, to leverage your sales either through Instagram or through Facebook. And then Pinterest is another social media platform that is trending these days. And Shopify has an option where you can directly link your Facebook page or directly link your Instagram page. So for example, if your Instagram account is set to a business account and then you have a Facebook business page, you can integrate both Facebook page and then Instagram page to your Shopify store. In that case, it makes your job a little easier when you're trying to upload products so that they are easily accessible on both Facebook and then Instagram. So if we talk about e-commerce features, there are so many positive features that we can look at. One is interactivity. It gives an opportunity for you to interact with your customers irrespective of geographical locations, that like I said. So right now I sit in Boston and then I really want to sell my products to somewhere in California or maybe even somewhere in UK. So the e-commerce gives us that opportunity. It makes it a lot easier. And there are other options of personalization and customization. So this is one of the trends that we really should look into, personalization and customization. And I'll talk more about personalization and customization in our next few slides. And then of course, social technology. So you can use all the available very up-to-date social technology features to market your e-commerce website. And then there's of course global reach. So like you can sit anywhere in the world and then sell your products. So now moving on to how to build a successful online business. So there are basics. So I nailed it down to basic 6 steps on how to successfully start your online store. First, all you need is good internet connection and then laptop. And then next, select a niche. So and then perform competition research, which is very important, not just for e-commerce business, for any business. Before we venture into it's really important that we perform any kind of competition research. And business formation, of course your legal aspects are very important. And then securing a supplier to create your products, to manufacture your products. If you don't hold your inventory, you should work on securing a very good supplier. And then build your e-commerce website. And next is marketing your store. So this is the model that I was looking into. One is it's called the dropship model. So when we look at dropship model, pros of dropship model is where you don't have to hold any inventory or operate logistics. So right till now, if we look at traditional warehousing models, either you have to hold product inventory. So for example, if I am selling jewelry and then I kind of hold my own inventory, and when customer places an order for that particular piece, I either have to go to a local post office or arrange a pickup to ship that particular product. So I am investing upfront to hold the inventory. And but drop shipping model gives us that opportunity where you don't have to invest in inventory unless you have you are really unless you want to do a sample product check or anything. So if we look at this image, customer places an order for your product through your e-commerce store. So for example, if you're pricing your product at $200, that's the retail price. So customer pays you $200 and then you get that order, you reach out to the supplier and then you forward that particular order to supplier, and then supplier takes care of packaging the product and then shipping it to customer directly without any promotional invoices or anything as such. So when you start to scale your business, if you want to have your own logo, if you want to have your own brand on that particular product, you can always negotiate with supplier for branding. They might charge you a few extra bucks, but then if you are looking at branding perspective, I think it's very important. There's no necessity to worry about those few extra dollars that you spend towards branding, but it's kind of putting you out there when compared to other competitors in your market. So you pay the supplier what price the supplier is going to charge. So maybe you're getting that product for $150. You pay the supplier that $150 and then you're keeping that $50 profit. So when we look at this business model, you're not basically holding any inventory, you're not investing in inventory, you're not taking care of the logistics. So all you have to do is just promote the products on your store. You have, once you import the products into your store, you just have to work on your marketing skills for that particular product. So this is the hybrid business model, which is what I am personally doing it. But then right now, due to this pandemic going on, I had to put both of my online stores on hold. So this is drop shipping and this is classic model where you hold inventory. So this is a kind of very good descriptive difference between drop shipping and classic. So when we look at drop shipping, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Customer orders and pays for your product, you reach out to the supplier and supplier just ships it to the customer. But when we look at the classic model, you upfront get the items from the supplier, like you're investing in inventory, maybe $1,000 or $2,000, and you also have to pay them on time. It's not like, oh, I won't pay, I can't pay you unless the customer buys from me. So you have to upfront make that investment, and the customer orders and pays for the product and you ship the order to the customer. So there's a lot of hassle that's involved in this model, unless you have like really good investment where you can hire a warehouse, where you can hire a logistics company. I would rather stick to drop shipping model if you're just getting started. So these are the different 6 steps in a very detailed way. So when we say select a niche, niche is a category. So it could be anything from pets to babies, kids, home, fitness, and hobbies. So when you pick the niche, I would say be a little strategic when you pick the right niche. It's recommended that you pick something that you're very passionate about. So when I started, I am very passionate about fashion, so I kind of keep up with the trends. I know what's trending. So when I think from my customer's perspective, I know what sells better. So since I personally liked fashion, I chose fashion. But then I'll give you maybe a small example. So some of them might be interested in pets, but when you're looking from a very future perspective right now, home, pets, babies, and then fitness niches are kind of trending. So if you're just getting started within this drop shipping model, you can pick one of those niches. And next is competition research. Like I said, competition research or market analysis is very important even before we launch the product. So the first step is identifying the niche. You decide on the categories and then you pick few products from categories. Say for example, I picked home niche. So under home niche, there are so many things, like it can be furniture, it can be kitchen goods, anything. So you can pick one product based on your research. And competition research, pick maybe like 5 or 6 brands or existing competitors that are currently doing the same business like you're doing, that are currently selling the same products that you're doing. And when you look at that market analysis, you will get an idea how your competitor is trying to do the business or how they're trying to promote the products, what social channels are they using and what marketing channels are they using. And then next is business formation. So this is pretty basic and straightforward. You should probably consult your legal or tax person for this information. And then I started with DBA because mine is fashion, and then at that moment, I didn't really see a necessity to take an LLC or a corp. But then if I plan on expanding my business, maybe I would consult a lawyer and then take their opinion. Next is securing supplier. So this is how it works in drop shipping. So once you understand your niche, once you do your market research, once you do your product research, you know what products you want to sell, you know how to reach out to the suppliers. So there are certain marketplaces where you can go online and look for a supplier who is selling that particular product, and based on the supplier's ratings, you can decide on the supplier. You can also do a sample check. So most of the times suppliers are very friendly and then very communicative. So you can just send them a message or an email saying, hey, I'm really interested in this product. I looked at your store online, and can I get more information? I really want to do a sample check of your product. So you can get for a certain discounted price if you want to do a sample check. So I would say you can look at 4 or 5 suppliers who are supplying the same product, and based on cost, based on shipping times, processing times, and then based on quality, which is very important, you can decide on the suppliers. So once you have all the information of suppliers, the next step is to build your e-commerce website, because now that you have everything in place, you know what products you're going to sell, you know what kind of market you're going to target, you have your business information, and then you have all your supplier information. The next step is to build your e-commerce website. So since I personally worked with Shopify, I even started a store on WooCommerce, but for some reason I wasn't very comfortable with WooCommerce because it's kind of expensive to start with. You have to pay like $99 per month or something, especially when you're just getting started. I think going with Shopify is that's my personal recommendation. And Shopify is pretty basic and straightforward. There are so many pre-built themes, and then you can find many online videos how to build a Shopify store. So you can get started with Shopify. So Shopify has many apps on the back end where you can add those apps onto Shopify. So one example of those apps could be Oberlo. So Oberlo is an app where you can import into your Shopify website, and you don't have to pay to access Oberlo. It's pretty, it's free. And Oberlo is like another marketplace where you can find the suppliers for your particular product. So you can import Oberlo, and then you can find suppliers through Oberlo. So next, once you find that particular product, once you know the supplier, you can directly import your products into your online store through Oberlo. So Oberlo has this option where you know which particular product and then which particular seller. You can directly import it into your website. So when you import the product into website, most of the sellers have very high quality images in their product catalogs. So unless you want to get really creative to market that product, like maybe, oh, I want to make a video how it works, because videos are very trending, and then they're more descriptive, visually descriptive than just a product image. So when you order a sample, you can probably create a small video, or you can hire someone, pay them, and then they can make a video for you. So you can import these high quality pictures, and then they also have like really good descriptions. But then I would recommend you to tweak the descriptions, because you just don't want to sound like every other store selling the same product, because there are many stores out there who are trying to secure products from the same supplier. So if they have the same description, and then if even your website is having the same description, so you're not trying to prove that you're not anything different. So it's very important that you tweak description a little bit, and then product description. So it also has specifications on the product, like the length of the product, all the dimensions, and the quality or the materials that are used to make that particular product. So once you build your e-commerce website, next step is to market your store. So when we say marketing your store, I personally like to have my presence across multiple marketing channels. So social media, display marketing, search marketing, like even now today, if you want to buy a product, I just go to Google and then type in search engine, maybe Cetaphil moisturizer. So I know for a fact that I'm going to buy a Cetaphil moisturizer. So when I go to Google and then type in that product, it's directly pulling up a bunch of websites. So you really have to work on your website optimization and then product listings, so that your website shows in the initial first few pages. So that all falls into digital marketing. You really have to work on a very integrated, holistic marketing plan, where you're trying to have all the marketing channels in your marketing plan. So once you have your marketing plan, you know whom to reach out to based on your product. If it's social media, you can reach out to influencers, and then you can collaborate with other businesses online to promote your products. And then if it's Facebook, you can run Facebook ads. So Facebook ads are very if they're run in the right way, they can be very, very profitable. So Facebook ads is another thing, because when you try to run ads on Facebook, it gives you an option where you can build custom audiences. So when you're doing your competition research and then you're selecting your niche, you also know the target market that you're going to sell your product for. So for example, if I am trying to sell a beauty brand like a lipstick or something, so I know I'm going to target female, and then I'm going to target a particular age group. So Facebook gives that option where you can create custom like audiences based on their demographics, based on their locations, and then based on their interests. So you can create those audiences and run targeted ads. So those ads show up on that particular custom audience feeds, and then it gives an opportunity for them to click on the ad, and then that drives traffic to your websites. So that's one way to market your store. So when we say marketing, it's a huge, again, it's a very huge, vast topic. So you really have to be very strategic when you're trying to market your store.
Okay, Kavya. We have about 30 people, and that's great. We are at 26 minutes. You have covered a lot of information, and we know that we also have to cover Alpesh.
Yeah.
But can you give people the quick tip? What is the first step they have to take? That one thing I want you to cover in next few minutes. And also, if you can cover that for now, what is the first step they need to cover, like 1, 2, and 3 steps they need to take in 3 bullet points? What would you say?
So I would suggest knowing your product. And so when I say product research, it can be very overwhelming. I have been there. So when you look at there are several online marketplaces when you can go and search for your product. So if you don't know what your interest is, I would say look from a solution perspective, because we know our problems. Like there's so many problems out there. Rather than looking at it from a very product perspective, I would say look at it from a situation perspective. Say, for example, I am in this situation where this product might make my situation much better. So that's one way to pick your product. Another way, your product doesn't have to be very different. Like if you take a small example, like someone can use this example right now to build an online store. So if I want to sell cutting boards, like vegetable cutting boards or meat cutting boards, even if I walk into Walmart, I can get those products, or even if I look on Amazon, I can get that product. But if you want to create a store around cutting boards and make it look a bit different, what you can do is offer customization. Like customer places an order, you give an option to customer where they can customize or personalize these boards with their names, so that they can use it as gift options. Or maybe if someone want a different cutting board for meat or for vegetables or something like that, so they can just send a message saying, hey, I want you to customize or personalize this. So that's what I'm telling. Customization and personalization is a very big thing.
Okay, great. Kavya, can you cover very quickly where you are getting your products from? Can you share that, and what kind of products you are selling?
So I am actually selling fashion right now. I'm into fashion right now. And I initially started like talking to a lot of artisan groups in India. And then that's how I started sourcing my products. And then if I also found few suppliers through Oberlo, because Oberlo is an app where you can import it into your Shopify website. I can quickly pull up my website.
Okay. Meanwhile, if any of you have any question, please, there is a bubble on the next on the top of your right side of the screen. If you want to post a question, or you can unmute yourself and ask a question to Kavya. We will jump to Alpesh very quickly. He is waiting. Alpesh, are you there? You can unmute yourself, Alpesh, and say you're there. Present, sir. Not present,
Yes,
sir.
I'm here.
Okay, Alpesh, great. Just making sure you are there. So Kavya, what I was saying.
Yeah. So this is the Uber. Are you still able to view my screen?
Yeah. We can see your screen. Yes.
So this is my website. It's a fashion website. Like I have clothes, I have jewelry, and then I have other accessories. Like they are my friends who volunteer to model for my products. So that's how I got the products. And then so I like it's like I said, since it's a hybrid model, I hold some inventory. So for example, I hold jewelry, but this clothing I don't. So I am directly connected with the supplier. And
I
one way to find a supplier is like you have an option of Oberlo where you can import it into your Shopify store, and then you can try to pull products from there.
So you made this website, or how you made this website?
Yeah, I kind of started making this website, but then I have a friend who helped me in
Oh,
making some
that's great.
organization, and then
Okay. Lik Likita has a question. Did you
yeah.
cover if H1b can do business without any legal complications? I was Likita, we talked about it. It's a good 1.5 hour topic that if H1b and H4 can do business or not. It is beyond beyond the scope of this webinar today, because we have covered exclusively last week. I will send you the link of that video. It is on YouTube. So yes, H1b and H4, I have covered everything about that. So we cannot cover that today. And what kind of business you want to start, LLC or is a sole proprietorship? We have covered everything into that. The Shyam has a question. What happens if customer wants to return the product? Will it go to the supplier directly, or what happened?
That's one that we have to be very proactive and be transparent about shippings and returns. The product has to be shipped back to the supplier, or maybe if you want to take the product return and then like return it and then manage, so refund it back to the customer, it's up to you. So you have to be very proactive handling those returns and exchanges, either both with your customer and both with your supplier. So you can ask your customer to send that product back to the supplier directly.
So Subramanya has a question. So when you go to drop shipping from from other countries, whether your vendor will take care of custom products or you need to take care. I think vendors are taking care of this. I assume that if you pay them, I think you covered that if you pay extra price,
Yeah.
they make it they make your own brand and logo and everything, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So it's how you negotiate with your suppliers. Most of the suppliers are willing to do that extra, take that extra work for you. So even my supplier, whom I work with for my for my clothing, they do have an option for certain number of, like there's a product limit, or if you extend your product limit for more than 100 pieces or something, we will like add your brand tags or anything like that. So you can negotiate with your supplier.
Okay, great. Gaurav has the last question. We're taking this last question. If I
Uh,
have to import,
Man-
who's
Manan,
that?
sorry, yeah, this is Subramanya. Sorry to interrupt. Actually, my question is like custom in the sense like the excise duty, like export duty, those things and all. Whether the drop shipping, that vendor will be registered on as an exporter, and they will take care of the export fees and the import fees and all, or whether you will do it. That is what my question is.
Okay, sorry, Kavya.
So I didn't have to deal with it. I like right now I just work with mostly US based suppliers, and then I hold some inventory, and then I just work with one or two Chinese suppliers. But then most of the suppliers, yes, they do have that import and
They
export
have a
like.
tax option, yeah. They
Okay.
have a tax option with tax and without tax option. I will ask also Alpesh, who is waiting. He may cover next because he is ordering a lot of products from China. Gaurav, if I have to import products from foreign, then how do I do it using LLC? Gaurav, it's part of an LLC that you are doing an import-export business. So LLC is you registering your business with the state. So inside your business, when you register your company with the state, you can mention that what goods and products you are going to import and export. So LLC, that's you're registering your company, and very briefly you tell the state what you are doing. That's all. The last question, Rahul. Kavya, it's awesome. Okay, Kavya, you got a compliment. Kavya, it's awesome the way you're explaining and putting us this post. Yes. So I have posted a link, H1b H1bvisa.com. If you go to their website, and there is a phone number I'm going to put, 646-401-4012. Yes, Kavya is doing personal consultation. This is the phone number you can contact. This is my number. So we will talk directly, and we'll go from there. Hi, Kavya. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Kavya. It was awesome. So Kavya is doing personal consultation, and she is teaching other people how to do it. So for that information, I have given you a website and my phone number, and we can carry forward, so you can have a personal consultation with Kavya, how to do a business, and if you have any question, because it's impossible to cover in 30 minutes. See, let me tell you this: Kavya and Alpesh have spent thousands of dollars and hours to learn and actual money plus time to spend all these things, and so it's impossible. And they have attended seminars for days and days and multiple seminars, so it's impossible to cover everything in 30 minutes. But if you have any personal thing, feel free to go there. Thank you so much, Kavya. You want to give any last comment, or if you want to give any pitch, you want to say something quickly, Kavya?
Yes, thank you, Manan, actually, for this opportunity. It feels really nice because I got an opportunity to share my knowledge. But then, yes, if anyone wants to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to Manan. He can share my contact information. And then I always, I do this like every time I take some coaching calls, and then train my friends how to set up online store, what goes in, what goes out. So if you need one-on-one consultation, you can take my information from Manan. It can be very overwhelming in the beginning, trust me. It's been like 1 year, 2 years, and I'm still learning. So if there's one thing that we all should look out to, is it's a never ending process. You just have to keep learning every single day, because technology keeps changing, new things keep coming. So you really have to keep up with it.
You have to keep up with that. Thank you so much, Kavya. It was wonderful, and you did wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking in. Kavya, I'm gonna let Alpesh become a presenter now, and you can hang around there. So Alpesh is a presenter now.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. Kavya, where is she?
Let me know when you're ready. I'll share my screen, Manan.
You can start sharing your screen.
All right. Okay. Okay. Can you see my
Okay,
screen?
so Alpesh, he is. I know Alpesh since 2002. We went to
Yeah.
college together, and we have wonderful memories together. I started my H1b business in 2010, and Alpesh and Ashish, there are few people, physiotherapists, who are early adopters of H1b and how to start a business. So they are literally making more money than the primary job. I shouldn't say that. I didn't even take Alpesh permission to say that. But Alpesh has been to China, and he has seen vendors. He has been to different countries to see suppliers. So Alpesh is doing a lot of Amazon business. So Alpesh is exclusively going to cover about Amazon, and he's going to explain different models. And you can also talk to Alpesh, like we're going to talk to Kavya, but you can contact me, and I will give you Alpesh's detail. And if you also want to learn how to do H1b and how to do business on H1b, then you will do 2 consultation in one price. So you talk to me first, and you understand is H1b is legal to do business, and then I hand it over to Alpesh or Kavya, whichever you decide that you want to talk to, and you talk to them. Okay, Alpesh, it's all yours. I'm gonna hide myself, and all yours now.
All right, guys. Thank you, first of all, Manan, for inviting me here, and Kavya for amazing presentation. But you made my job difficult because I'm not good like you, but I'll do my best. Okay, so here it is. Let me do the side screen. First of all, you guys can hear me, right, Manan?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So welcome to the world of Amazon. Why I call it world of Amazon? Like everybody know now, lot of people are dependent on Amazon. Like I would say there's a research done, and they said like 95% of the people, when they're buying some product, first of all they will check price on Amazon. So technically Amazon is taking over completely retail market. And I mean, Kavya explained a lot about Shopify, and Shopify is amazing. And lot of things she covered also implies in Amazon as well. So she already made my job easier to explaining a little bit like a background story about the product and all the stuff. But what we're going to talk today is about like basic information. Why I call basic? Because like Manan explained, one day, even a 1 month, even a 1 year is not enough to understand the Amazon or any other business, I would say. So we're going to go over with very basic information like how to open up account, like what are the different type of account, what are the different way you can do business with Amazon, and like that. We're not going to go into the marketing, advertising, because I say it's like a different world we're talking about. So with saying that, let's start with that. Now before we start, like a few things you want to make sure that you understand, that this is not a quick richly kind of theme, like people wanted to say, oh yeah, that's Amazon, let's start selling and let's make money. No, you need a yeah, you need a lot of dedication. You need to give a lot of time, and of course money is a priority thing. So with saying that, let's start with that. So how to open an account. So a lot of time we have a questions like with Amazon when it comes to like how would I start selling it. So first of all, you need to have an account with Amazon. Now the people, like the other people who say I don't have a business account, so there's a great news. You can also do individual account and you can still sell the product. Now of course there is an advantage and disadvantage for both. So let's dive into a little bit detail into what is the business account and what is the individual account. So now, let's start with the individual account. So individual account, so how it goes is that you only pay like 0.99. It's like $1 per item you sell. Now, it doesn't matter how much that item costs to you or how much the item you selling it for. You can sell it for $10, or you can sell it for $100, or even $1,000. All you giving Amazon is a $1, and that's all. Uh, but there are little disadvantage, like you're not eligible for the buy box. Let me tell you what is buy box, because even with me when I started, everybody was talking about buy box and I had no idea what buy box means. So I let me just see if I can, yeah, pull up Amazon. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm not good with technical. Okay, here you go. So think about this is I hope you guys can share it. So this is like say my Amazon, and I went and type a product, and this product page comes. Now don't look at this other stuff, because these are the other software which you may not see it on your Amazon account. Now when you see this one, like this little box, this box, like from here to here, it's called buy box. Why it called buy box? Because I can tell you 100%, I can say 99 to 100% people, they don't even look down to this. When they see this, all they do is add to cart and buy the product. The reason I'm telling you is that when you add to cart, so the person who is selling it doesn't mean it's Amazon selling it. Now, if you look at the bottom here, it says Supreme Supplier. So this product is not sold by Amazon directly. This product is sold by Supreme Supplier only. So a lot of people, they don't understand. But now if you go a little bit down, now you see that other sellers on Amazon. So there are total 11 sellers are selling the same product at a different price. Now not a lot of people understand, or they know this stuff, that you can still go down and you can choose your supplier. Sometimes they have a better price, or sometimes they have a better shipping, so you can get the shipping quickly. Now but if you look at it, since you're not going there, everybody goes here. So this is called buy box. So people who get this buy box, they can sell more products, so it's very good for the business. So this is something about the buy box I'm talking about. Sorry, let's go to PowerPoint presentation. Okay. All right, so that was the buy box. So if you have individual account, mostly not eligible for the buy box, because there are a lot of people competing for that buy box, and Amazon will not give you that buy box. Not eligible for advertising product. So for example, you source the product and you want to sell it. So you cannot advertise on Amazon platform. Of course, you can do Facebook anywhere you want it, and you can divert them to the Amazon page, but you cannot directly sell. I mean, you cannot advertise on Amazon platform where it says the sponsor products. Your product would not features as a sponsor. You are responsible for your own shipping and charges. So as I said, like shipping comes with the price. So Amazon will not help you with the shipping, so you have to figure out the shipping, you have to figure out the packaging, and you have to ship it to the customer. So you are technically, it's an individual account. All you're giving a dollar per item to Amazon, and the rest you are the responsible for everything. You can create a new product. So let's say you found a product which is not that nobody's selling on Amazon, so you can definitely create your own product in the catalog and everything. So that's something good you have. Is still, you're not eligible to use third-party tools or apps. So there are a lot of third-party tools and apps which goes along with the business, because you need it in order to make your life a little easier, to source the product, to do the business, to the marketing, everything. You can use it when you have individual account. Not eligible to request brand or category approval. Now, this is another different world. I'm saying brand and category, because Amazon have a lot of what Amazon did is they individually category, like Kavya says, they have a pet category, home furniture category, house, gardening, health and beauty category, toys category. Out of that, let's think about the toys category. So not only you need a permission from Amazon to sell that toys, but also you need a permission to sell, say, let's say you're Disney and you want to sell the frozen Disney like a toys. You need a permission for all. So individually, first you need a permission from the toys, then you need a permission from the Disney, and you need a permission from Frozen too. So there are three different permission you need it in order to sell the one toy for that particular brand. So if you have individual account, you cannot request to approval. So that's why you need to have a business account to even apply for it. So that's something we have to think about it. So this is all about the individual account, just the basic information. Now, business account, of course, the price is higher, so it comes with a lot of benefits compared to the individual account. So you have 39.99 per month you have to pay for it. So when you sign up for Amazon business account, of course, you need the proper corporation, LLC, or any entity you established to the states you belong to. And then with that tax ID number, you can go to Amazon account and you can create your own business account there. uh, Same thing like independent or individual account, you can create your own product page. Multiple reports are available. So the benefits of business account, you can have a lot accessibility for a lot of business reports, which are very ideal when you grow your business, to look at into it, like how much profit, how much loss, or what particular category or what particular items you're selling more. So that reports availability is very crucial when you going to the, like, next level, or upgrade your business plan. Eligible for buy box, again, I explained about the buy box is pretty huge when you're trying to sell the product. More flexibility of the shipping, I will cover later on the shipping part when we go to FBM versus FBA part. But yes, you can have both setups. So you can have Amazon to take care of it completely, or you can also ship it from yourself, and Amazon will give you a discounted price for the shipping. That's why it's more flexibility with the shipping. Eligible for Prime and advertisement. Now, how many of you seen that the Prime eligible? So if you have a Prime account, so when you have a business account with Amazon, and when you sell a product through Amazon and you give it to FBM, it's Amazon take care of everything. It shows as a Prime eligible. Means Amazon are responsible for everything. Now, in order to your product to make it Prime eligible, you need to have a business account. Same thing, advertisement. If you have any product and you want to advertise on a Amazon platform, the business account can do it. Access user permission and grant access rights. If you have any employees for the future, let's say you're planning to have a team like two people, or advertising people, or marketing people, or anybody, you can give your Amazon business account accessibility to that particular person, and you can even select what kind of control or what kind of things they can do with your Amazon accounts. You can even give a permission to that particular users. Eligible to request the brand category approval. So when with the proper invoicing, you can you can request the brand approval, category approval, or even the product approval. Third party and tools accessibility. So you can combine other third party and tools, like Kavya said, that overall with the Shopify, you can connect it. So if you have a business account, you can connect multiple tools to make your life a little easier when you do the business with Amazon. Which seller accounts is the best for you? Now, know a lot of people might have a question like, how would I choose which one is better for me? So I try to create a little bit, a few points which and see which part of the area you belong to, and you can start with that. I mean, of course, you always start with the individual account. Now, before I jump into it, you can always change for individual Amazon seller to the professional seller account with just like with the there's just a one button. You just scroll it and you change it to the professional. So it's not like a lengthy process. So if you start with the individual account, and then later on you want to change it to the professional seller account, you can always do it. So individual Amazon seller account is best for someone who wants to get their feet wet selling on Amazon. So somebody was just want to try it out, and then they want to have a cost as low as possible in the beginning, because of course it can be expensive if you don't watch the money flow. It's selling less than 40 items per month. Why I say that, like if you see that a professional seller account costs a $39.99 per month, versus individual account is $1 a month. Just, I mean, 0.99, but it's $1 a month to make it easier. So in order to cover the cost of your Amazon professional account fee, you need to sell at least the 40 items per month. If you're not selling 40 items per month, then I would definitely suggest stick with individual Amazon seller account only. Don't jump into the professional seller. I mean, you can, as I said, once you have more inventory, once you start understanding the business and you're ready, then you can always switch it to the professional seller account. Doesn't have the need for the additional features of the professional seller account. So I know a couple of people, they don't care about the other thing. They do or whatever the resources they have available, and they just do it because they just doing for fun or a little bit side hustle, something like that. So then you don't need additional features what Amazon offers. So then stick it with the individual Amazon seller account. So now professional seller account is the best when you, same thing, 40 items or more you sell it. You want to collect sales tax on their items. So you kind of control the sales tax for that. Use third-party apps and tools. So when you want to combine all the tools with your Amazon business account, want to display in the buy box. Like I said earlier, buy box features or buy box eligibility come with only professional seller account. Need to sell in certain restricted category. So if you want to apply for, or if you want to sell some restricted category like a toys, or some particular brands or something like that, or even let's say some liquid material, so that you need a permission for it. Or even a beauty, let's say health and beauty product you want to sell it, you need to have a approval from Amazon to sell it. So only business account can give you that. Plan to run promotions. So if you own private, like Kavya said about the brand, or you contact some people and they can make your own brand logo on your product. Now you want to market that product, so that's why you need to have business account for that. So that is once you open up account. So now the another thing is, what is FBA and what is FBM? The FBA is fulfillment by Amazon, means Amazon take care of every single thing, and FBM is fulfillment by merchant. So merchant means just the seller. So for example, me, I do both right now. So FBM means I'm responsible for everything. So so Amazon take a little bit fee, but I have to ship the product, I have to take care of the return, I have to technically, I have to do everything. Amazon just help me to sell the product. I can do definitely everything like marketing, advertising, all thing I can do it. But when it comes to the shipping the product, that I have to do it because I'm a merchant. So that's why it's called FBM. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it. Now, FBA, the product you sell are small and lightweight. Now, when you want to sign up with FBA, so FBA, as I said, the Amazon. So Amazon take care of everything. Now, when it comes to FBA, of course, it's a cost effective. The reason is that Amazon charge a lot of fees. Amazon charges a referral fee, the shipment fee they charge, even the inventory fee. So they have to hold your product in their warehouse and they charge for that. So if you have a heavy item or large item, I would not suggest FBA, because then you're gonna pay a lot FBA fees. You are okay surrounding control to your customers to Amazon. So technically, as I said, Amazon take care of everything. So even you won't have any customer base, Amazon will take care of that part. You want Amazon to handle your customer service. So another benefits of FBA is that once you give your product to Amazon, you don't have to answer customers. Amazon will answer the customers, and that's the best part, because a customer will not come and tell you I don't want a product or this and that, because Amazon answer it and Amazon take care of it. Your inventory turns over quickly because FBA are eligible for buy box more than actually FBM items. So if you're selling a product through FBA, there is a higher chance you're gonna sell more quickly than FBM product or individual account, kind of that. So you do not have any logistic in place. Shipping can be a very hassle. It comes with a lot of problems, like you need to have a good team, you need to have time, you need to have all the supplies in order to pack all the stuff and ship it to the customer, and then you need to have a USPS, UPS, FedEx, or whatever the service you choose. So again, I say it's a lot of things placed. So Amazon with FBA, they do everything. They pack, they ship to the customer, so you don't have to do anything. Your expense would be higher if you fulfill your own product. So like I said, the shipping cost can be a little bit crazy if you have a small or light well item and you still pay a lot of shipping. So then your profit can goes down. So this is something about FBA. Now, FBM, you want more control over your customers. So technically, since you're dealing with the customers directly, Amazon would not get involved a lot with this. So you are in a connection with the customer, and customer can make it. If customers are happy, your brand or your particular business account or store, they call it, it would start going up and up. Your excellent customer service practice are in place. So you need to have excellent customer service. I say you need to have a professional people who understand the customer service, or you can learn and you can answer that way to your customer if they try to contact you. If the products you sell are oversized or heavy, like I said earlier, if Amazon charge a lot of like shipment fee, where if they charge inventory fees on your account, it could be very expensive, because I think they charge with the cubic size, so it goes with the uh, cubic feet, and also the weight, both of them, I believe so, and then that can make it a little bit expensive. You already have a logistic in place, so you have a whole team ready, you have a shipping part ready, you have like all the accounts with the FedEx, UPS are ready. So if all the logistics are in place, then definitely you should do FPM. You are able to mitigate the expenses involved in the fulfilling your own product. So that are the separate expense, and you need to understand that your profit and the supply are kind of getting there together. So you need to understand like a little bit both when you come to the business. So since you are responsible for shipping, so there's additional expenses along with that, and you need to understand whether the product when you ship by yourself would make profit when you have like so much money going into the supplies. Your inventory turns over slowly, like I said, because FBA getting a lot of fees from customers, so FBA sells more quickly compared to FBMs, since you are controlling everything. So Amazon will not give you a buy box more over the FBA item. Okay, so this is about the FBA. Like this little chart I made it in order to what are the pros and the cons of the FBA and FBM. So just it's the same thing what we did, just like basic idea. I'll go over it quickly. The pros are Amazon Prime eligibility. So whenever you see the Prime eligible, your customers getting within 2 days, not right now, but usually it's within 2 days the customers getting it. So they try to buy that product versus the other product which says 7 to 8 days or 1 week. So that's why you get the Prime eligibility, because Amazon give it to you. The cons is high FBA fee, so they charge you a lot for that. Buy box advantage, same thing, like I said, like you get the buy box, so whenever they go to add to cart, your store features more, so you sell faster than other vendors. The inventory storage fee, like I said, they charge a lot about the weight, so heavy items, so you have to look for that, the inventory and storage fee. The greater sales potential with improved visibility within the search result. So you can have your product kind of is a lot of searchable. So when you, let's say, click like a Olay body wash, like I type it, you see how many products with the Olay come. So that with the FBA and with the Prime, your product is more visibility than compared to other one. Low profit margin, because FBA comes with a lot of price tags, so a lot of various amount of fees, so your profit margin can be less sometimes. Less control over the packaging. As I said, you can control because Amazon pack it, and sometimes they pack it and they damage the piece, and customer says the package came damaged because you can't pack it, Amazon take care of everything. So that again benefits and I mean there are advantage and disadvantage. Better conversation since people prefer to buy products that came with Amazon FBA. So a lot of people they want to choose FBA because they buy box and the prime eligibility. They are the main highlights. Tax liability. Of course, even FBA, I mean, it's tax liabilities with the Amazon business. So you are responsible to making sure that you collect the tax. So end of the year, you talk with Amazon. I mean, that again, you consult your account, they can guide you how to do with that. Convenient inventory storage. So then you don't have to have a warehouse to store your inventory. You can just send it to FB and even they charge the fees, but then they take care of everything. So I don't have to do anything. Limited access to inventory. So once you ship it to inventory, your inventory is not under your control anymore, because Amazon take care of it. They decide how many pieces in which warehouse goes. I mean, everything Amazon decide. You cannot control it. You can of course get it back, but again you have to pay price for it that you want to get your product back to you. FBM, so same thing, the advantage and disadvantage a little bit. Of course better margin, because now you're not paying Amazon a lot, you're just paying like a referral fee, which like based on the category between 5-10% to like 25%. um, the more control over the inventory. Now, since your inventory is under your control, you have warehouse or your office or your basement, wherever you put those inventory, you can have a control and do whatever you want with your inventory. Greater control over the business. So you can plan the way you want it. Since you have a lot of inventory, you can decide tomorrow you want to sell it in Shopify, you want to sell it on eBay, you want to sell it on Walmart, or anywhere you want to do. So you can have more control over the business or whatever you want to do. Ability to fulfill online and offline orders from the same warehouse. So when you have your own inventory, you can use the same warehouse and you can sell it online and offline and the way you want it technically. More control over the packaging. So there are like the glass products, something like that. So you can have your own control and pack it the way you want it, so customer get the better packaging. So that you can have control since you are shipping everything by yourself. The disadvantage, overhead cost, like I said, it comes with the, if you're a warehouse then you have to pay for the warehouse. Even you doing from your house, like I do it from my house. I have my basement and I do it mostly from my basement or my office. But then it you have to pay a lot of like shipping expenses, like you need the boxes and like a bubble wrap and tapes and tape guns and all those like additional expenses. So that could get sometime out of hand if you don't keep proper watch on it. Top competition from FBA sellers. So since FBA is controlled by Amazon, Amazon give them a priority over you because FBA paying a lot of price tag to the Amazon. So you sometime it can get worse. Like your product, if FBA seller is selling 5 or 10 product a day, you may sell 1 or 2. So that's sometimes it's become a little bit headache. More responsibility. The reason is more responsible because you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for shipping costs, you're responsible for providing a customer services like I explained. So it comes with a lot of responsibility. Difficult to join SFP. Now it's called Seller Fulfillment Prime. So Amazon started this new program recently, with where even as a FBM seller, it's still your product considered as a prime. But again, now it's so hard to get into that program. So it's not that easy that you click and your product would tag as a prime. So it's a little bit hard to do that part. Okay, so we discussed a little bit about how to open account. The way you want to do it, whether you want to ship the product to your customer or let Amazon handle everything. But now problem is what you're gonna do it. So how you gonna source the product? So sourcing models. So there are 5 basic models which goes on Amazon. Of course, drop shipping was explained by Kavya and was amazing. So we try not to talk a lot about that because it's similar approach even with the Amazon. Same thing, find the product and all those stuff. So nothing changed. Drop shipping is a similar idea. It's just the platform is different. Instead of Shopify, using Amazon. Private label. So we have a private label, wholesale, retail arbitrage, and online arbitrage. I'm going to talk individually. Like I say, it's very basic because I can spend whole day just talking about one thing and it would not still be enough. Now, private label. What is private label? Private label, consider in the basic what is your own product. So you do the market research, you do all the legwork, you design the logo, you design the packaging. So technically, it's your own private logo. If something comes in your mind, like, oh, I want to make this product, so you invented product or you modified some kind of a product, so it becomes your private label because it will have your name on it. Um, so first of all, what you need for private label, you need to have a category and a product research. Now, this is the vital part, because private label, since nobody knows your product, because you're starting from brand new, so you need to know the whether you're selling there's some demand or not. Again, as I said, it's like whole different world out there, how to research the product or how to find out the proper product, or how to know which product to sell. I can guarantee you nobody has the answer, because if everybody know what to sell, you know what I mean. So that's why the category and product research is a very, very vital part when it comes to the private label. Now, let's say you decide this is the product I want to sell, and I had, like, say for example, this pen I want to sell with the light on it. I mean, I'm just giving an example, it doesn't have it, but let's say this is a torch. I seen a product recently where you can have a flashlight in your pen. So let's say you want to do it. Now you have to first find the manufacturer. So since now you have a design, now you know the product, which one you want. Now you have to take your idea or even a sample to other manufacturers. So first you have to find the manufacturer. It can be here or overseas, doesn't matter. As long as you find the manufacturer, just work with them and figure it out, order some sample. So it's become a little lengthy process. Sometimes takes up to 6 months to finalize the product before you start selling on Amazon. So it's a little bit time consuming, but again, it's your own private product. So it comes in the future. If it's become a hit, of course you're looking at the bright future. So once you find the manufacturer, always negotiate price with them. And because Kavya said, if you want to put your logo on it or if you want a brand name on it, you need to have a minimum requirement. So always negotiate price with it. And also you want to make sure that you don't sell this pen for $100. So you also want to have a market price. So if you're selling, so also do the reverse engineer. Similar product, how much they sell it for. If they sell it for $20, and other expense and everything, there is a $10 or less you're gonna make it. And it's like, okay, if it's $10, then how much I can pay for this product? Not more than $5, not more than $3. Again, based on the expenses, based on the market research, based on the competition, you have to think about that part. Like I said, budget properly. You need to budget properly, and that's why the negotiating price with the manufacturer is very, very important, because there are a lot of hidden expenses when it comes to the private label. For example, advertising. Now I was attending this seminar, and there was a good seller who does like millions of dollars on Amazon in private label category. And so now new concept saying that, if somebody says all you need is $5,000 and you can sell the product on Amazon, yes, but can you take it to the next level? Probably not, because $5,000 is not enough. You need to have 1/4 of the inventory. So let's say your budget is, let's say for example, $10,000. You cannot spend more than $2,000 or $3,000 in inventory. The reason I'm telling you, because the rest money will go towards the marketing and advertising, and that's like a heavy expense, because nobody knows your product, nobody knows your brand. So just to put your brand to the customer, you need to have that kind of funding availability to have more visibility about your store. Design, logo, and packaging. So since you're private label, you have to take care of the design, logo designing, packaging designing, or how it look, or everything you can plan. Advertise, sell on Amazon. So template. Once every part of this process is done, all you have to do, just create a brand with Amazon, and you can have like 100 brands on the same business account. So it doesn't matter that, okay, I created this brand, I don't know what is it, it's like a tradition brand. So it doesn't mean you can have tradition brand only with the business account. I can have like 10 different brand. I can have my Alpish brand, I can have Manan brand, I can have Kavya brand, no problem. You can have as many as brand you want under the same business account. All right, the wholesale. So the wholesale model is, it's good, but it's also same thing. It comes with a lot of hard work. You need to know the product research. Like every business, when you do the retail, wholesale, or any like an e-commerce business, the product research is a vital information. You need to know what you want to sell. So with wholesale, the only difference between private label and wholesale is that wholesale, you're not going to create your own product. Private label, you have to create your own product. So wholesale, there are a lot of products available out there. All you have to do, You find the manufacturer. So first, once you do the product research, let's say I show you the example Olay Body Shop, and you know that the product is really selling very good and you want to sell it, all you need to do, find the manufacturer who makes it, or you have a distributor or supplier. I mean, depends. You contact them, you start emailing them. Now let me tell you one thing, you can contact up to 100 people and you may not reply one people. So that's where it become a little tricky, because there are already people out there selling wholesale. Make an agreement. So once you find the manufacturer, distributor, or supplier, you have to make an agreement with them. Check why agreement is important, because of course you want to sell it to them. So you want to make sure you're not crossing any line, and you're also getting the proper discounted price, because if you get the retail price, you're not going to make any money. So you need to have a wholesale price on it. Check the profitability. Now when you do product research and when you contact the supplier, and before you make an agreement with them, check your profitability. Means the product is selling for $10, and after Amazon costs and everything, and you're getting only for $5, means you're not making any profit on it. So I would suggest with that wholesale product, your profit margin should be between 10 to 20% minimum. So if you're making less than 10 or 15%, it's not worth it, because it requires a lot of time and energy to it. uh, Place an order. Now once you finalize everything, you can place an order on that particular wholesaler or manufacturer and just start selling on Amazon. You can just get the inventory and everything. But now remember, every wholesaler or every distributor or supplier you contact, since they're going the wholesale way, so they don't send you an individual piece, they send you like box, big boxes. And everybody have a limited, or I mean a minimum order, like $1,000 minimum, $200. So it depends. Sometimes have like a $10,000 minimum order. So again, based on your business model, based on your ability, you can always do that. What is retail arbitrage? So if you just starting like that, I would always suggest retail arbitrage or RA, and online arbitrage, which is coming next, it's OA, are the best way to start to understand inside and out. The reason we do that, because you don't have a lot of money and you don't want to invest all the money into the business and then like, oh, I lost it because your product was not that favorite or you couldn't sell it. So now you stay with all a bunch of like thousands of pieces of inventory in your warehouse where you don't know what to do with that. So what is retail arbitrage? Retail arbitrage is that simply you go to your local store, find the product. It's generic brand, like say Olay or Dove soaps, or toys like Disney, or any toys, any category. Choose any categories you want, or even you can go to groceries. So go to Costco or BJ's, like big stores, and buy like the bag of chips like a Lay's, and then you can create whatever the way you want it and see if you can sell it. So that is retail arbitrage. So technically you find that. Okay, so another thing is find tools required for RA. So there are a lot of tools which can help you how to do business with OA, or it is a profitable product or not. So go to your local retail stores like Walmart, Burlington, Sears, Target, JCPenney, any stores, and they're general merchandise stores. So you go there, you find the deals. You can go to TJ Maxx, you can go to Marshall. I mean, there's so many stores out there, and start scanning the product. And if you see that particular product, you are able to sell it, means you have approval to sell it. And the B is, if it's a profitable, yes, you buy it. Yesterday I went to the Walmart and I bought like $500. I was just going through, I was scanning. I like this product, boom boom boom, I bought it. So simple it is. And then I'm going to sell it on Amazon, because it is profitable, and B, I can sell it. Check if you're eligible to. That's the same thing what I said. You need to you need to have approval for that category, and that way the R is not for everybody, because you need to work on it. Again, it's there are ways you can take these permissions, but again, I don't want to talk here. It's a long process. I'm sure Mana would not like it if we talk everything today for 3 hours. um, Time consuming. Like, as I say, if you go to stores, you have to scan individual items. You're gonna scan maybe 500 items, and you may find 5 or 10 items out of 500. Means to scanning those 500 items, to do research on it, to figure out whether it's profitable or not, that takes a lot of time. So you need to have a lot of patience in order to do this retail arbitrage more. Or sometime I went to the store and I did not find anything. Means I was little, I mean, yes, like, you spend like 3 hours and you could not find one product which you could be more profitable, you can sell it. So it's time consuming, but you need to have a patience. So this is about retail arbitrage, where you go to any local store, you find the product and you sell it on Amazon. The basic three things. The online arbitrage is almost same as retail arbitrage. Means you still find the product. The only difference is here, you're gonna find the product online. Like how many times you, me, and everybody, we look at the deals online. Here's the thing, you find the product and you sell it on Amazon. So you find on the deal, like say 50% off, you find a pair of shoes, 50% off, and you're selling at the full price on Amazon. And that's how people doing it, and that's how it is. So that's why I find deals. So a lot of people have the hobby just to searching for the deal. So if you have that hobby, online arbitrage is a simple business for you as well. But the only problem I'm going to say, you need to have a category approval or brand approval to sell it. Like for example, I cannot sell Adidas shoes, or I cannot sell Polo Ralph Lauren shirt or something like that. I don't have a brand approval. So this is, I'm trying to give you example. You can buy a list. Now, this is something unique. So if you decide online arbitrage and you don't have a time, let's say I have my full-time job and I don't have time. So there are people out there who do all the legwork behind the scenes. So they find the deals for you. They even tell you how much is selling from Amazon, how much profit, how many percentage you're going to make, or how much, and it gives you a link and everything. There's like a link. I pay, I think, I have like 3 to 4 lists, which I pay like close to $300 a month just to get that list. So technically that helps me, so I don't have to do legwork or find the profitable product or anything, because this list does for me. All I have to do, see the product, if I can sell it or not, and if I sell it, I buy it, I place an order online. In 5 days it come to my house, because the same thing, Walmart, Target, JCPenney, Sears, all these stores there. I buy the product, comes to my house, I put it on Amazon to sell it. So that's called online arbitrage. The only thing is, if you don't have a categorical approval or brand approval, then the list can be expensive, because out of 10-15 items they give you in one list, which you pay close to $100 a month or $200 a month, and if you can only sell one item, then the list not good for you. So again, it's a benefits that you don't have to do legwork, but it can be it's not so cost effective if you cannot sell many products with that list. So this is about online arbitrage. Okay, so I decided to talk about dropshipping, but again, Kavya already talked pretty good about that. So this is basic. Actually, Kavya explained way better than I could ever do. So that's again dropshipping. You have to find your own product, find the dropshipper. So benefits again, like Kavya say, you don't have to worry about the inventory. The only problem with that is shipping can be longer. So like how with Amazon, the reason Amazon is more famous, because the 2-day delivery thing. That's how the Amazon started. Like Prime, the minute they started Prime, it just the business went ballistic, because everybody loved it. You order today and day after tomorrow, in 2 days your product you have home. So when you do drop shipping, it's not gonna happen. And with Amazon, it's a little bit tricky, because Amazon controls a lot of the business since you don't have a control. So that's where you have a little bit tricky part, and also less margin, because it's a drop shipping. Not always you can have a better margin, because again you have your supplier involved, and supply is also part of your business. So that's a drop shipping. So these are the 5 models I talked about, where you source the product or how you can do business. Let's say final overview. It's same thing what Kavya discussed. You need to have a product. Means first of all, you need to know which sourcing route you want to start with. So think about, you want to do RA, OA, wholesale, drop shipping, or you want your own private label. Now each comes with its advantages and disadvantages, now which I went through a little bit. But again, if you need more information, you can ask me question, and probably I'll be able to explain more. The second thing is, once you decide which route you want to do, and then based on that route, you decide what account would be good for you. It's a business account or individual account. Once you open that account, finalize your business, finalize your budget, I mean. So always make a budget. Don't do business without the budget, I'm telling you. Otherwise you're gonna burn out a lot of cash, because this is like a mine. The more cash you put, it's gonna get lost and lost and lost unless you recover it. So The thing is, you need to have a budget. You don't want to go over with unless you sell that product and let more money come in and put it back in the business. So always have some kind of budget in your mind. And once you have a budget, think about it. How much time you can give to this business? It's not easy. The doing business is not easy, especially like me. When you have a full-time job, it's so hard to give time to your business. So you have to, so when you decide to sell on Amazon, and when you decide which model you want or which kind of account you want to open it, have this few points in mind: how much time you can give to the business, how much money you can spend into it. I mean, spend. So it can be very expensive if you don't have a proper plan in place. So as I say, if you don't have a proper plan, and if you take things as it comes and you just keep putting money, okay, buy this and buy this and buy this, and it's like, oh, I don't want this model, you know what, let me go to this one, and then you do that model, like a private label model, you put like $5,000, and then you start advertising and you cannot sell it, like, you know what, I want to do RL, let me go and buy some more products. You go to stores and you buy product, but at the end you cannot sell anything because you don't understand the basics. Always start slow but steady. That is the key. Don't listen to people who say it's very easy money. If somebody says I'm gonna knock to the head, trust me, it's not easy, or it's not hard. You, again, you have to treat it as your business. Like, you have to give enough time. This is not like side hassle thing where you just try like 1 hour a day and it's like, oh wow, I made like $10,000. If somebody says that, they're lying. That's a fact, and I'm telling you because I do business. I'm currently into the business and I'm doing every day, and currently I'm doing as a part-time, but eventually of course I'm going to do full-time. But just the part-time, still I'm telling you, I'm giving at least more than 20 to 30 hours a day, I mean hours a week, my bad. So don't listen to those people who say this is the money quick, because you're gonna flush out a lot of money. At the end, you won't have a zero profit, and you end up you crying that you didn't make any money, and you're gonna curse Amazon, or you curse retailer, or curse me that, oh, this guy told me how to do business or do business. So just be careful. Don't listen to those people. Now, I know Manan gave a little bit introduction, but like people like, who is this guy? Why he's talking about this thing? And does he has any experience or anything? So this is a little bit about me. If you see
Wow.
this, if you see this part, like here, this is my. I don't know if you can see the date.
Yeah.
This is my. Yeah, this is the last month of thing. Now remember, this is my part time. Now, if you see the steady, like for example, this. Oh yeah, he says March 15 to April 9. Now you see, until March, I was not able to do it. The only reason is that I was not more focused. I was not, I mean, I had a lot of other things to do and all the stuff. To cut story short, the minute I started giving more time and understand the business more and trial and error, look at this. It just started climbing, and I made 10K in that 30 days. So again, this required a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and of course a lot of investment in order to reach here. It was not easy, but again, it was not hard as well, as long as you're ready to, or you're willing to work hard and do anything it takes to scale your business up. So I know a lot of you may have a question what I do. So these are the few points which I know everybody have question, because if I would be listening this webinar, I would have that question, like, what my sourcing route. So I do a little bit of everything. I do wholesaling. I have a contract with wholesaler. I have my own private label. Like Manan said, last year I went to China in October and I sourced my own product, which is selling pretty good on Amazon right now. Yes, it was not easy. I spent a lot of money on that. So at this point, even it's selling, I cannot say I'm profitable. I'm still like making even. So that's my private label product. I do a lot of online arbitrage. The list I was talking about, I personally sign up those lists and I get a lot of lists, and I have employee work for me who take care of those lists. So technically they tell me what they want to order. I have my criteria. Again, there's a whole different scenario. We can talk other days. Uh, I go to store, like I said yesterday. I went outside and I was just the Walmart. I was buying some grocery for my house, and like a businessman, entrepreneurship doesn't. They can stay calmly. So I just went there, start scanning, and boom! I bought like, I think it was $400-500 worth of the things which I can sell it on Amazon, and I bought it. It's still in my car. I have to start selling. I have to be finished. That's what I'm going to do. Uh, so mainly part time. while continuing my full-time job, means that I'm doing this part-time only. Right now, I give, let's say, my weekend time. Whenever I have time, I go out and do this sourcing, or when I'm going to any store, first thing I do is scanning. Other than that, I do part-time. So I have typical job like 8 to 7 or 8 o'clock. I come home, I do this, whatever, after family time, I sit down for hour or two every day, and then sometime on a weekend. So this is part time. Now, again, I couldn't handle everything. What I decided is to hire people for me. So I have a two part-time employee work for me for the product searching and everything. So these people take care of a lot of my business right now when it comes to the sourcing the product or finding the product for me. So they do everything for me. So again, as I said, I have two part-time employee who helps me with my business. Since I can only give part-time at this point, and I have invested money and time. Like Manan say earlier before introducing me, I'm sure Kavya same thing. It's not easy. We invest a lot of money and a lot of time to reach this level. And if you see this guy's number, right, I'm telling you, a lot of you people, this is a lot, but a lot of people, this is nothing. I tell you why. Because if you go, and I know personally people, they're like in a part of our team, and we are, I'm talking to them every day almost, and they're doing a millions of dollar. I know some one particular person, they do 8 million business, 8 million on Amazon, and they only do retail arbitrage. Means they only go to the store and buy the product. I know another person who does 5 million people, $5 million business a year, and they all do is online arbitrage. Means only Amazon. They only buy online and they just sell it to Amazon. But as I
Alpesh,
say, mhm.
I wish you good luck, and I know one day you will reach that figure of $1 million or something. But
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
this is a very important quote. You need to be in the game to win the game. If you don't start or end up, if you just wait for some Amazon store will start on its own. See, no matter how much education you get, you will have to practice, and you have to be prepared to fail, and consider failure as a part of your success, because it Alpesh is here after 10 years. So there are a few things I want to cover very quick, and I'll let Alpesh continue. You can talk to Alpesh and Kavya personally, and they have considered that for 5 people they are going to give a favor, and they're going to talk to free if you take a consultation. So how it works is my consultation fee is 175, and you talk to me, and we learn, understand, and how to do H1b business, and how to do H4 business, and how it's legal, and we send you letters, and we also talk about the tax part and everything. And on top of that, you get to talk to Alpesh or Kavya. You have to pick one, or if you want to talk to both, we can talk about the pricing. But they both are going to take 5 clients for free who are watching this webinar. So if you are interested, I have sent you my website link, and there is a link over there for consultation 175. I can show you my PayPal account like Alpesh did. People are paying 175 for my consultation, but in that consultation you will get either Alpesh or Kavya's consultation for free, just for 5 clients, because they are doing this for many people, and they are charging way more than what I'm charging. So this is the one-time offer for people who are watching right now. Alpesh, can we cover some questions quick? I know you have some things. Is that okay
Yes,
with you? Okay.
definitely. Let me stop sharing my screen so everybody can see me properly.
Okay, so I have a question that they don't need to sell. You can give a brief answer, but if they can sell it on their own, if they have own brand, they don't need to sell by Amazon, right? They can have their own WordPress website, and they can sell it on there, right? Or Shopify.
Yes, like same thing, the Shopify. I mean, you can do everything you want. This is only like, but think about it. Like, when you want to buy a product, where you go, Amazon, right away. Or even you Google this product, right? The first cup, if you want to try test it, you write any product on a Google web,
Exactly.
first the product is from Amazon only. So Amazon spend a lot of money on marketing to be out in the front. So they isolate all other people,
Exactly. So
right?
one more thing is, you said that I remember we talked a few days ago that you need a license to sell Nike shoes and everything. But do we need a license to sell like Lay's chips and everything, or not?
So this is what it is. Amazon has their own like kind of fundamental when you give a permission. So that's called category permission and the brand permission. There's two things, right? So Nike is a brand permission. So you don't need a license. I mean, you need approval from them. So, but it's not easy. Amazon would not give it to ABC. Like, if you go to them and say, "Oh, I don't want to sell it." No, there are requirements. There are certain criteria in order to even do the application. You need to have a product. You need to have a proper invoice from the wholesaler, a supplier or manufacturer. So there's so many criteria. Like for example, a toys. So toys is a category. So you can't just, so like I said, you cannot just sell Disney toys. You find it a Frozen 2 right away. You need to have a toys category. Once you are eligible to sell toys, then
Okay.
you need a separate brand. So you, that doesn't mean some product, some toys, if you like, they're not like a big brands, you can sell it since you have a toys category permission. But then particular brand, let's say Star Wars or Mattel or Hasbro, they are the brands like a manufacturer. So you need a separate permission for that.
So if someone consults you, so you can cover all those things, right? Like which
I,
permission, and you can talk about different products and everything when they
I,
consult you.
yeah, definitely. I can help them. Now the question is, am I able to help them to source this product? I don't know about that part because they have to do their own legwork. They need to. I mean, I can guide them definitely where to
Yeah,
go and
so
all this stuff.
Alpesh will give you all the guidance and Kavya will give you all the guidance. So this consultation covers the guidance. If you want any more service from them, that's up to them. But if you are paying this consultation fee of 175, that only covers the consultation. It's a one time or two time. You can always ask follow-up questions. Sometimes I get phone calls after 3 years and they want me to explain everything again. But you can always come back to me or Alpesh or Kavya if you have paid a consultation fee. But if you want them to do something, like if you want them to find a product or if you want them to find a supplier, then you have to deal with Alpesh or Kaya directly, that what is the deal, and they can say that our deal was just a consultation. So I don't want people to misguide that once they pay that they will help you to everything. They will help you and guide you up, even to start a store, marketing and everything. Okay, let's go through a few more questions. I think I read a question. How much minimum, if someone has a minimum budget, what is a good business model and what is the minimum budget you suggest?
I mean, what is the definition of your minimum budget? First of all, we have to start from there. Like, people who makes more than 100,000, for them minimum budget is $10,000 versus who people make $50,000 minimum budget is $500, right?
Sure.
Regardless, once you choose the business model, so as I said, if you don't have a private product, like I said, I have my private product, but if you don't have a private product in the mind, just go to any stores, I mean, the best way to buy Manan is go to the individual account when you don't have a money. And I know a lot of people who started from there, like when say zero, this is how they start. You go to any, like in the weekend, there were a garage sale, right?
Wow.
You go to any thrift store where they sell books and everything. So it's just go to store, and there are application. I think it doesn't cost more than $50 or something like that. So get that app. I'm sure you can sell something, some kind of books or something. You can always sell something, and
Just
you
check
can
the water. Check the
check.
water. See
That's it.
price.
Yeah,
What
right.
is
And
the
then
quality?
if something is good or not, and then once you sell it, whatever the money comes, you reinvest. So that's how it
Reinvest.
goes unless you get the budget.
Always
But
learn how.
to
So
answer your
Shirag
question,
asked
not
a question about Amazon affiliate program. Amazon affiliate program is another different model which we haven't covered
yes.
today. But I will cover it, or I will, if I'm not the best one, I'm doing affiliate market, but we cannot cover it today. It's totally different market. You promote Amazon's product and you get their
Mhm.
link on your blog or on your YouTube, and if people go to your link and then you make money, so that means you are not having any inventory or anything. It's totally different affiliate marketing. There is so many courses like emails, email marketing. There is a way to collect an emails. You can have MailChimp account or ClickFunnels or anything. So that it's a totally different world, which is beyond today's seminar. Any specific model preferred over the other during the quarantine, and any business model to avoid during quarantine? Chirag, I would let Alpesh start, but don't look at the quarantine. Quarantine will finish in 1 or 2 months. In 1 or 2 months, even if you start the best model, the quarantine will be over.
So
So
okay,
go ahead,
go ahead.
Kavya.
So quarantine time, I would say do your enough market research and then like decide on your product idea or business idea, because this is just a phase and we'll get through it. So when you look at a business idea, it really depends on your personal situation, like how much money are you ready to invest, how much time are you willing to invest, because drop shipping or any e-commerce is not a quick to get scheme, or you can't make millions of dollars overnight. It takes a lot of patience. So it really depends on your personal situation, like how much time can I invest, or how much money can I invest. And also, you people have different strategies, like, oh, do you want to sell 200 products and make $100 profit, or do you want to sell 10 products and then make $100 profit? So you really have to sit and then brainstorm through all these ideas, come up with an idea, and then plan for a future proof business model. So like Manan said, quarantine is just our phase, so we will get through it. But
Okay.
then
Mhm.
but then if you look at quarantine, and then if you look at data trends, purchase patterns are going to change. Like if you take apparels, or they're no longer a necessity, they're not essentials. So people are looking to invest or buy more in essentials like edible groceries, or medications, and then healthcare products, fitness products. So that would be a very good market, or very niche, good niche to venture into.
Good. Okay,
Right.
so
So,
this
Manan,
video will be,
let me add one thing to that question, if you don't mind. Uh,
yeah,
if you see the screenshot of my store, right, on Amazon, the spike you saw it that during coronavirus.
it is true. Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is what it is. People are scared now. If you see the Costco and here like a big Walmart and everything, you see like big lines. People get panic. Now there is a two-way. You can get a panic, or you can see it as opportunity,
it's true.
right?
Kavya covered that
Yeah,
it will change the way we shop for
right,
many years or forever, that how we shop and how we do
right.
even groceries and sanitary things we used to go to store. Now it may change forever, because this corona thing is going to change everyone's
Right.
life on many levels, and one of that is buying online.
Right.
So definitely
So in my case, like I would say, like how coronavirus has changed my business in a good way is that, of course, it changed my business. The certain items which I was selling, it's not selling anymore. So like Kavya said, the people change their mind. So so you as a business person, you need to understand what you want to sell it, what you want to do it. So for example, if I was buying, let's say, Manan, the household item, right,
mm,
before the corona, now I'm not gonna buy it because everybody's home, nobody do it. But look at the computerized, like a webcam or the speaker, and this speaker particular, if you see it, before coronavirus this was selling for $10 and now it's selling for $50. Look at this. So people who are making $10 now making $50, but when they bought this, they pay the same price. So these guys are making tons of money. So you always have to understand the demand. As the time change, demand will change. So as a seller, you need to always see the future, the what future would stand, and what kind of product will people will be more interested. Now look at all this now, all the crafts category, because all the kids are home, right? So
mm,
that particular, and everybody wants to eat now because people are going crazy about the grocery. These two category in the coronavirus are the best to sell it because
wow,
everybody wants it. So you need
they
to
want
think about that.
they want to keep their kids busy. Okay,
There you go.
let's keep if anybody has any quick question, we are 1.5
Mhm.
hour and we are still holding. We started with 30 and we are still we are there after 1.5 hour. This much people, we are 25 people. That's great, and I'm sure many hundreds of people will watch. Now I have put my YouTube link here, Manan Shah H1b. If you YouTube search that, you will see my post first. Subscribe to that link or go to my website. Whatever Kavya and Alpesh talked, especially Kavya's store and Alpesh store, we will put those in the link, and any other information. If you want to talk to me about a consultation with them, there is an information on h1bvisa.com/shop, and my phone number I will put. I will really give you a round of applause. Thank you so much, Alpesh and Kavya. Please,
Thank you.
everyone who is watching right now, please guys, thank you, because it was during a Corona time, and Alpesh, me, and Kavya, we thought that we should definitely educate people. See, people on H1B, I always tell people that we already have a job, but people on H4 who haven't done it, who thinks that they cannot do anything, it is a great opportunity to to do Etsy or Amazon or eBay. I know a girl who is ordering clothes from India and selling on eBay and Etsy, and she's making $20,000 per year profit. And that's amazing. You can do it. You need to start it. And Alpesh and Kavya are there to teach you. Uh, uh, any other questions? Have we missing? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and thank you so much, Kavya.
To add
Yeah.
another point here. So, you know, why? So I get this question a lot. So why e-commerce and not why any other business models? So when I want to start this, because I already have a full-time job, and then I wanted something as a side hustle to start with. So you know, 10 years from now, maybe if I move back to India, or maybe if I'm in another country, I still want to be in that position where I can run the same business. So e-commerce gives you that opportunity. You can literally live anywhere in the world, and then you can sell your products. So it's one of the good business opportunities where it gives you like immense, like unlimited options where you can explore and then try. So it's, yeah, I would personally recommend venturing into e-commerce right now is like a really good idea.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Alpesh and Kavya. Thank you everyone who joined today for the webinar. Thank you so much. We will see this link in the YouTube. I think we passed way over our scheduled time. I thought it would be about 1 hour.
I saw. Sorry about that, guys.
No. Thank you so much. I was looking at the people and they're still there. As I say, okay, people are watching, so I have no problem. See, listen, I want to tell this to everybody. Alpesh and Kavya can close their ears. I also wanted to learn how to do business, so I called them and I did this webinar that how to do it. So instead of just they do it to me, I thought rather let's everybody do it together. And during this corona, I have this go-to-meeting system, so why not to use it? So that's the secret. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will close this webinar. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you,
All right.
guys.
Bye, Kavya.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Alpesh.
Take care, guys.